Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back here with another video, and today I want to make this quick video where I'm going to teach you guys how to make an API request to any API you want using React. This is more of a beginner video, so if you are a beginner I would recommend watching this video, and I'm going to be using something called Axios, which is really nice library in React. And if you guys can leave a like and subscribe to my channel, it will really help the channel grow. And yeah, let's get in the video. There are numbers of different libraries you can use to make these requests, so why we choose Axios? So Axios has good defaults to work with the JSON data. Unlike the Fetch API, you often don't need to set your headers or perform long tasks like converting your request body to a JSON string. And for me, I think Axios does more with less code. Axios has a better error handling, unlike the Fetch API where you have to check the status code and throw the error yourself. And now let's see how to set up Axios with React. So all you need to do is go to your terminal, and if you are using npm, you can type npm install Axios, and if you are using yarn, you can type yarn add Axios. I have already installed mine, and the first thing you need to do after installing Axios is go on top level of your file and import it. So the way we import Axios is just by type import Axios. So the way we use Axios in React is you need first to use it inside of use effect hook. I have a video on it if you're really not sure when to use the use effect hook, explained in more details in that video. But basically, use effect is a hook that is going to execute its function after components mounts. So now inside of use effect hook, we are going to use Axios, and now with Axios you need to put the link of your API that you want to fetch, and then Axios is a promise, so you need to put dot then and a function inside of dot then. And so this function is going to get executed when you successfully fetch your data, and there is a catch, and this catch is going also it has a function, and this function is going to get executed when Axios didn't fetch correctly your data, or there is something wrong with your API, or your network is really bad. This catch is going to execute the function inside of it. So let's see a good example. Here we have an API, and if you go see this API, you can see it's an array of objects, and each object has an ID, a title, and body. So we are going to fetch this API with Axios. So all we need to do here is we go to copy this API link, and we put it inside in Axios, and then if this link is working, and if everything is working, we can put response, and we can console log this response dot here, so we can see the response of this API. And if something goes wrong, we can put an error, and we can print it in our console to see that. So if I save the changes and I reload my page, you can see in our console we get an object, and this object has a data. So if we click in this data, we can see that our array in that API. So to get the data, you need to add dot with a response dot data. So if I save now the changes and I go back, you can see we get the array that we fetch it, and you can see it has plenty of objects, and so Axios did work. So if I, for example, like missed 2 words of this link, and I save the changes, and I reload my page again, you can see we got an error printed in our console. And if we go to see the object that we get from Axios, you can see it has error bad request, and the message is request failed with a status code 404. So this basically means that your link is not correct. It's really easy to know what's wrong with Axios, and this is why I like using Axios when I fetch the API. So if you're a beginner and don't know how to display the data that you fetched, this is how you can do it. So you're going to make data state, and this state is going to take the response, that data, and then it's going to fetch it here. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do it. So I made a state called date, and I set it to an empty array. You can set it however you want, but I set it to an empty array, and this state is going to take the response that with Axios of this link of this API. So if Axios successfully fetches the data, state is going to take the response, that data, and then we're going to display it down here. So I can type, for example, data.map, and this we're going to map this our data because it's an array. So we can put item here, and we're going to, for example, I don't know, display let's see, display the title. For example, I can put the item dot title here, and as you can see here, you can see we are fetching the title, but let me just make so no, it's not gonna work. So this is how you can fetch the data, and then you can display it in your screen. If you want to look fancy here, you can put, for example, if data length is equals to 0, means it's empty, we can return loading. Okay. So if I refresh my page, okay, so let me make it bigger here. You can see there is a moment that this text is showing up. So basically means because Axios is it takes time to fetch the API. So we can put, for example, loading or spinner that it's going to tell the user we are loading here. Okay, so this is how you use Axios in React. I hope this makes sense, and if it helped you, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.